I just killed a hook. I don't believe it.
Alright, I'm gonna be brief because it's hot and there's mosquitoes everywhere. But it's opening day. Corinne and I are set up on a piece of property that I've got permission to shoot on. She's here to film. And this is our first time in with saddles ever. So it's been kind of a circus, but it's starting to get to be that golden hour. And we are set up, so we're ready to roll. Got a couple bucks in here that we're interested in maybe seeing on the hoof. And decent amount of shooting right here. So we'll just kind of try to learn from this sit and see what we can learn here today and try to put the pieces together on this brand new property that I've got access to. We've only got about 15 minutes left. Legal shooting light. This was a very good observation sit tonight. We've seen 15, maybe more deer tonight in the bean fields. Had a family of does come out of our bedding area over here. And one of our borderline target bucks walked the opposite side of the field, just cruised the edge, fed along the edge of the beans, and just headed south. It was great to see him in person. That was pretty cool. But I'm just going to wrap this up now. If anything else happens, obviously we'll bring it to you. But as of right now, I think we're about done. So we're going to slowly start to pack things up, try to get out here as clean as possible. So probably be a couple days before we get back in the woods. And hopefully our weather starts to cooperate a little bit better. And I like what I'm seeing out here, though. It's going to be fun. All right, see you next time. All right, so this was a mad dash to get in here after work. If I could have got off an hour early, I would have killed him. He was out here 5:45. He did not go back in here. He went across the field. And he's been feeding over there with another small buck, which probably is the one I bumped. He probably came out of here and went across the field and took the other buck with him. But that buck doesn't know what happened. And he's either going to come back tonight, either it's going to be close to shooting, the end of shooting light, or maybe later tonight. It's probably the next best solution because it was a very soft bump. And again, he wasn't bumped by me, it was another deer that bumped. So if he spends his evening across the way there, that's fine with me. We'll try him again a different day. But it would have worked if I could have got in here earlier. Frustrating, but it is what it is. All right, it's pushing 5:15 right now. I'm more or less set up. I came in this afternoon, on this block of timber that I'm hunting right now. We call the West Bedding. Found this awesome tree for a saddle, almost hanging out over the field a little bit, but I got all this cover around me. and plenty of shooting opportunities out in the field. And then I've got this slough behind me at 25 yards with some good gaps. So if something tries to sneak in behind me or stage up back there, I should have an opportunity. So we'll see what happens. I got this saddle hung with 3 or 4 deer already out in the field, and I just kind of hugged the backside of this tree, went nice and slow, and it's getting easier. This is probably my, I want to say 3rd or 4th time actually hunting out of the saddle this year, so I'm definitely getting my process figured out, and getting my tree configuration figured out as well. It's been kind of a circus, but I feel pretty good where I'm at. Just need the deer to come out tonight. It's kind of warm. Pressure's still below 30, so if we get any mature bucks moving on the field, it's going to probably be at last light. So I'm excited. It's a good spot. We'll see what happens here. That was pretty cool. That's a buck that we call E.T. for obvious reasons. Wow. I heard a grunt back behind me while all these does were at 20 yards, and they all got all stirred up. Well, I don't know how they didn't wind me. I don't know if I sprayed down real good, and then I soaked the downwind side of this tree with dominant buck urine smell. But somehow they didn't get me. It's crazy. And then E.T. was chasing does around in the beans. And another short tine 8-pointer. We got a number of those out here. There's 2 or 3 that look very similar. He started moving in from the north, following these does around. E.T. didn't like that too much. He bristled up, kind of ushered him off. All the does went everywhere, which was the best possible outcome for me, because, man, they were all over me. I think there were 7 or 8 does, and then the two bucks. But that's basically what just went down. It was pretty freaking awesome to watch at 20 yards. E.T. was right at the base of the tree looking up at me. Never could make me out. But I had him at 20. Just decided he's not quite what I'm looking for out here. He looks like he's maybe 3. And with his genetics, he could be a really, really interesting deer as he gets older. All right, it's October 25th, and as you can see, I'm dressed relatively light today. It's 71 degrees right now. It's pushing 2:15 p.m. and it's warm. So definitely going to be dressed light tonight, but still these deer seem to be moving. So got to be out here. It's that time of year they're hitting scrapes. They're starting to get interested in the does. I sat last night and saw a significant amount of chasing. Saw 2 or 3 different bucks chasing does around. And then more importantly, our cell cameras blew up last night with a buck we call Hook. He's a nice mature 10-pointer that we've had here since we started hanging cameras. And I think I saw him almost every time I came out to hunt. And actually had an encounter with him at 10 yards on the ground when couldn't quite get drawn on him. Ended up buggering him. But shortly after that, he disappeared for 2 weeks. And last night was the first time he's been back since, as far as we could tell from our trail cameras. And we hadn't seen him either while we were hunting. So excited that he's back. He daylighted this morning at about 8 a.m. On one of our cameras right by where I'm planning on sitting tonight. And they're cutting beans right now. Hopefully they're done. But this evening should be great for just in general for deer movement. We've got great pressure tonight. The wind is out of the south, which works well for me. We don't typically see as good of movement when we've got a south wind, but we have a good pressure right in the low 30s. And I think we're going to be probably in the chips on Hook tonight. And it's been cat and mouse with him all season. And I would love to close the book on him. So that's the plan for the evening. I'm going to get in there and get settled. It's going to be nice and early and let everything kind of calm down. Hopefully they're all still tucked in from having that combine out there picking beans. And I should be able to slip in undetected. And maybe I'll surprise Hook tonight. So I'm going to get after it. We'll see you guys in there. Was crossing the bean field here as they were finishing the last few rows. They've been cutting the beans since last night. So it actually worked out really well. I was putting my third stick up when they drove away. So I got in here very quiet, very clean. I've been getting pictures of Hook in this slough behind me since last night. I know he's close by because I just saw him walking back in the bedding about 50, 55 yards. It's a thick mess back there, but I caught glimpses of his head and I know it's him. So he's very close. He's to the west. Wind is coming straight south, out of the south. I really think if I'm vigilant and I don't let him surprise me, I might get too close to the book on this one.
Shot hook. He's going down right there. He's going down right there. I just hard shot him.
That was a perfect shot.
He's freaking dead right there. I just killed a hook. I don't believe it. Instantaneous blood just gushing out. He's dead right there. He didn't even go 10 yards. Unreal. I just killed Hook.
Look at this blood, dude. Instant. My arrow. Passed through. Oh man, he's beautiful. I think he's bigger than I thought. Oh my goodness, dude. He's bigger than I thought. Wow. This is it. This is the buck I've been playing cat and mouse with all year. All right, well, it's the next day. We got him out of there last night. It was a little bit warm. Got him home and got him cooled down. And we wanted to get some nice photos this morning. This is the biggest buck of my life. It's a buck I call a Hook. And it is the #1 buck I've been chasing on this new farm all season so far. Had a number of close encounters with him and finally was able to connect. So this is one of the most meaningful buck harvests I've ever had. Really was able to put the pieces together on him and took advantage of this late October testosterone. Pretty excited. Got to get him to the processor, get him out of here, and he'll be going to the taxidermist this afternoon. Thank you guys as always for tuning in to Hunt Fish Shoot channel. Really excited to share this story with you. Appreciate y'all watching.